This is an original Yankee screwdriver. Unknowingly I picked it up, and it means that it was made in between 1920 and 1940. My name's Stuart and we're going to restore this today. The good thing about this screwdriver is that it's actually been used a hell of a lot, not abused. Oh, that was easier than I thought. You can see at the top there's a notch in there which stops that handle from rotating. You can see the plating is very, very worn out, but it's not very smashed. We can see that there's a lot of muck in there. This has been built up over the years. Right, that's the ferrule out. We can see it's worn out. There's actually some engraving here, but it's very difficult to see it. There's the button which gives the direction of the screwdriver. And these are the rotating spirals. They're linked into the spiral on the shaft. These are locking pieces. They stop those pieces rotating, so they lock the screwdriver up. This is a part which keeps those two brass threaded pieces apart. There you go. Now that's out. This is a locking nut which holds the spiral. It stops it from coming out all the way. It's a stop. But obviously we want to remove it. There we are, that's the spiral out. This is a ring. This ring actually locks the spiral in place. You can see a groove on the end of the spiral. And these balls go into the groove, they're locked into the groove, so that they keep the spiral locked in position so it won't move up and down, if that's what you want. There we are, these are the two threaded pieces. Now we can see it totally taken to pieces. And you can see it's a bit mucky, but I think it's normal. All we need to do now is to give it a clean up and decide on how to restore it. This is a cleaning up tank. You can see that it removes a lot of the built up dirt. We should bear in mind that these screwdrivers were actually sold under the Stanley name after the 1940s because Stanley purchased the company, the company Yankee. By the way, thanks for joining this video, and I do hope you enjoy it, and please feel free to like and subscribe, but more importantly, please make any comment. That's very much appreciated by me. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're using some fine abrasive paper to clean up the screwdriver body. It's also a bit bent. Whether that really has any effect, I don't know, but I'm just straightening it there with a hammer. This is the ferrule. They're all made out of brass, so I need to give them a good clean up. You can see I'm doing that with some paper, and then later I'll be using a finer abrasive. Scotch stuff they call it, I think. So now we've got a nice finish. In each of these cases I've just machined a piece on the lathe out of aluminium so it fits on tightly. Now I can give it a nice finish, you can see there. This is the button. It's not particularly in good condition. So I'm going to vapor blast it. I think it'll be the easiest thing to do because I want to electroplate it later. This is the part where the locking ring with the balls. So I need to just face it off in the lathe and give it a bit of a clean up. To be honest, I damaged it a bit when I took it out. So I want to try to recover that. Yeah, this was the bit that I damaged. Just need to remove the corners on there because I also damaged that a little bit. So I'm trying to do a little bit of a cosmetic job here. Again, these parts go into the vapor blaster. This is a very fine mix of glass beads and water. Gives a very uniform finish. So they're cleaned up and ready. This chuck's not particularly brilliant, and I don't think I'm able to get it into pieces. I think it's a push fit. So I'm going to attack it this way. Give it a clean up, later on a vapor blast, and then after that I'll probably use some oil blacking. Okay, we can see the handle now. It's not in poor condition for its age, far from it. It's got a bit beaten at the head and the end. So I'm just going to use an abrasive paper and give it a clean up. Then put some staining on it and varnish it, which you'll see me do in a few seconds. See, it's quite reasonable finish. I'm staining it with cherry, but whether that really is or not, I don't know. This is my nickel plating bath. Simple, it's just basically vinegar and salt plus the nickel solution, which is made using, you need an anode and a cathode, you need to pass electricity and use pure nickel. You can see the finish is really quite good. I'm quite happy with that. Nice and shiny. Sometimes they need a little bit of a polish afterwards, but I don't think these need much. This is the main shaft. Obviously these things take a bit more time when it appears. Very nice, I'm happy with those. This is the chuck. I deliberated over this for some while, and in the end I decided to use an oil blackening process. I do have chemical blacking, which doesn't use heat or oil, but I think that it won't damage the chuck in any way. And I think you get a better finish with the oil blacking than you do with a chemical blacking. We're now going to laser mark the ferrule, because I lost all this in cleaning it up. Look at that, Yankee number 30, and it's got the patent numbers on it. There's the handle finished. You can just see all the parts now cleaned up. Just making the assembly now is relatively simple. Just need to put the parts together. Use a bit of grease or oil. This ring's a little bit difficult to get in, so I had to make a special little tool by grinding down a spanner so that it fits into there. Now we've got the spiral. Pushing that in. That will need the locking nut back on it at the top. This is the little spacer for the threaded parts, the threaded nuts. These are the locking plates, so we can see how they rotate in opposite directions. There's the button. This obviously looks a lot easier on the video than it actually was. It took me several attempts to get that in there. Clack, and that's in, and that ferrules on. I'm really quite happy with this. Now we can see it totally finished in its glory. It's been restored, and I think it deserved to be restored. It was a fairly old item which had been used a lot. I bought it in Portugal at a flea market. There you can see the original, all the plating worn off. I'm just going to show you now it works. I knocked up an adapter for it, and you can see that the spiral effect drives the screw into the wood. And I really do appreciate that you watched this video, and thanks for joining.